The first practice is visualize the workflow. Not just the work items, but the flow of work, the processes that we're following. Make it visible. Otherwise, everyone's making their assumptions as what we're doing. And it makes it really hard to make improvements when you can't see what's happening, or things are hidden, or everyone on this doesn't have a shared understanding. So visualize the workflow is number one. That just alone will change your life. So if you're going to start with Kanban, that's the first thing we do. Like, let's make the invisible visible. Oh, and it's a magical thing. The second one is limit work in progress. Why in the world, or WIP, would we want to limit work in process?
Can you do multiple things at one time, Jill?
Some people think they can. Is that true?
No, you can't do multiple things at one time effectively.
Effectively, that's the key. Thank you. We try to do multitask and do several things at once, but when we're doing complex work, anytime I'm trying to do this and then like, oh, now I've got to switch over to do this and then this and then this, what happens is there's a minimum, this is science, people, 20% hit in productivity just from switching back and forth. Why do you think that is?
Because you have to kind of reorient yourself to the new work that you are switching to.
Precisely. Thanks, Nia. Your brain, it takes all this time to get in all these little data points in your brain to, if you're, say, deep in code or some kind of design work, or you're writing a story, and then as soon as you get interrupted, that all disappears. So it can take 20 minutes or longer to get back to where you were to be as productive. So this is a key ingredient to optimizing your flow, to decreasing how long it takes you guys to get stuff done. All right, the third practice is manage flow, where we don't want to have these big bottlenecks where things are like stacking up and then preventing us from getting things done and increasing how long our poor customers have to wait to give our solution. So it's kind of monitoring, hey, something comes in, it's going through all our different steps, and so I'm going to manage that flow. And I can't manage it unless I've visualized it. So these kind of work together. Make policies explicit. So this goes along, in my opinion, with visualizing the workflow. When you work with a group of people, everyone has their own assumptions what done means, right? Hey, once I've coded this, then I'm going to throw it over to the next column in the Kanban. But there needs to be a shared understanding and agreement that this is what done means, or this is what this piece of work is ready for X. And you actually write that out so everybody agrees and sees it. Oops. Implement feedback loops, and they don't tell you how, or they tell you why, but hey, I want to try something. I'm going to verify, hey, did this make things better or worse? And then adapt. And that's a continual flow of improvement, essentially. And then the last one is collaborative experimental improvement. So these all really play together in the sandbox really, really well. You have to have one to have the other. It's that mentality like, hey, we don't know what we don't know. It's a complex world. We're going to try something. We're going to measure it and monitor it and then adapt.